We'll chant one round and then we'll start. Om Shivaya Shri 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 Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravanchali Nirvishesha Prasyadhista Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram 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 Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram Ram Ram. Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tirabhanachari 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 Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jai Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tirabhanachari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tirabhanachari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Bhagavad Gita Grandha ki jai, all assembled devotees ki jai, E.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Hari Premanand Hari Bol. Om Jnantimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurom Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Shri Guru Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakam Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Deenabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhobhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhiraye Nashta Prayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamashloke Bhaktir Naishtiki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopah Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha Namah Pankajanabhaya Namah Pankajamaline Namah Pankajanetraya Namaste Pankajangre Namo Mahabadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namine Gaura Krishe Namaha Namo Brahmanyaya Devaya Gau Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagadhitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pastyatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Karo Kavachalam Pangum Langayate Girivyas Kripaha Tamaham Vandeti Shri Guru Dinataram Shri Paramananda Madhavam Shri Chaitanya Ishwaram Om Apavitro Pavitro Va Sarvavastham Gatopi Va Yat Smaret Pundarikakshah Sahabhyabhyantaram Suche Shri Vishnu Shri Vishnu Shri Vishnu. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji and Mataji. Hare Krishna. So we are in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, verse 54. We just finished. Now we are going towards 55. From here, the next 10 verses are pure Bhakti Yoga, the final statements of Lord Krishna. Next 10 verses. And the following verses after that are just wrap up. Right? Wrap up and giving us confidence. So today's class is going to be very special. Let us pay utmost attention and consider that Lord Krishna is not speaking to Arjuna. Lord Krishna is speaking to each one of us individually. Every single word. Right? That is the whole point of Bhagavad Gita. It's not like, oh, two people spoke. We're just repeating. This is not a gossip about some two people what they spoke. It's personal instruction of Lord Krishna to each one of us. Each one of us individually. So when the word is being uttered, just understand that Krishna is speaking to you. Okay? Bhaktyamam abhijanati yavan yaschasmi tattvataha tato mam tattvato gyatva vishate tad anantaram. Translation purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. One can understand me as I am, as the Supreme Personality of Godhead, only by devotional service. And when one is in full consciousness of me, by such devotion, he can enter into the kingdom of God. So, it's a very powerful verse. Prabhupada gives a big purport explaining how many people are not able to understand God. Many people are trying to understand God, but they're not able to understand God because the biggest problem is they are trying to depend on their own intelligence. Our intelligence is 200 grams of grey matter sitting in the form of flesh in that skull. That is not sufficient to understand God. God can be understood only when He wants to be understood, when He reveals Himself. Our seeking process of seeking will not fetch us anything. Only our intelligence will be leaking. That's all. The only way to understand God is devotional service. Surrender. Surrender with love. Surrender not with fear. Surrender with love. And Krishna is saying that Bhaktyamam abhijanati. Right? One can know abhijana. One can know me only if you are my devotee. How do you understand that you are a devotee or not? How much your dependence on Krishna is increasing day by day. How much your behavior is changing day by day to become a devotee. Right? That's very important. Otherwise very difficult to understand. Very difficult to understand God. We have to change. Now, why is Krishna concluding with Bhakti Yoga? Is because he's explained what is Tamoguna, what is Rajoguna, what is Sattva in detail he has explained in all the last chapters. 18th chapter also he has explained again. And he's telling Arjuna, now fight, not in Tamoguna, not in Rajoguna. And to a surprise, not in Sattva also. Now fight as my devotee. In Shuddha Sattva, fight. Right? Completely depending on me, fight. And that is bhakti. And you will come back to me after doing this. Right? So we all can read the purport later. But in essence, Prabhupada is explaining that a lot of people misinterpret uh, God by saying that he's impersonal, he's a jyoti, he's just a light, he doesn't have a form, he doesn't have qualities. No. Brahma Bhuta Prasannatma, Shodhaji Narakanshi. Very clearly in the Vedic Vedas it is mentioned that this Supreme Lord, he has a form. And a beautiful form, not like our form. Biggest problem is you think the moment he has form, oh, maybe he's like our form only. So if he's like our form, he'll also become old one day. He'll also die one day. No, his form is spiritual. Our form right now is material. And when we go back to Krishna, we also will attain our spiritual form. We can't conceive the form of Lord, but God has a form. If we have a form, how can he not have a form? And if he doesn't have a form, how can we have a form? Right? But the form is not limited to our imagination. Like Krishna tried to show his form to Arjuna and to all of us in a small way in the 11th chapter. Right? That is Virat Rup. But that at the end of that, he told, my form is whatever I told Arjuna is spark of a splendor. Big forest fire is there, one spark comes out. That's what I have told you. What is the use of seeing all this? Right? I'm unlimited. So here, we have to understand Bhagavad Gita cannot be understood by anybody, no matter what great Sanskrit scholar you are, no matter how nicely you recite all the verses, reverse order, front order, back order, whichever order you recite, in whichever language you recite, Sanskrit, English, language doesn't matter. If you don't have devotion in your heart for Krishna, if you don't have faith in your heart for Krishna, Bhagavad Gita remains a Guho Jnana, means remains a secret. Guho Jnana means secret knowledge, which will not be understood by anyone. Right? Only when you hear from a devotee who is devoted, who is surrendered, will you understand Bhagavad Gita. Otherwise, there is no way we can understand Bhagavad Gita. Text 56. Sarvakarmani apishada kurvano madhyapashratya sarvakarmani apisada kurvano madhyapashraya mat prasadat avapnoti shashvatam padam avyayam. Though engaged in all kinds of activities, my pure devotee, under my protection, reaches the eternal and imperishable abode by my grace. How will you go back to Krishna? Not by our effort. I'll do tapasya, I'll raise my kundalini here from here to here to here. Whatever air you raise, whatever bones you raise, whatever skin you raise, you cannot go back to God unless His grace is there. Remember this one thing. This is the problem with jnanis and yogis. They depend on their own power, right? But bhaktas, they don't depend on their own power. They depend on Krishna. Right? Yesterday, Radhesham Prabhu was telling a beautiful story. He told there was this bull. In some Purana it is mentioned, there is this bull and there is this lion. The lion is chasing the bull. Bull understood, I can't run from lion. The bull can't run so fast. Right? So it was thinking, I'm going to be eaten now. Right? Let me give my best shot. So it saw a little river, lake. So it said, okay, I'll run into the lake. Let me see if I have any chance at all. It ran into the lake. Behind that, even Lion started running into the lake. Just scary situation, right? Anytime it can be eaten now. So it went inside and inside and inside. Andar jai raha tha, matlab. It's going inside and inside and inside. The soil started becoming very soft. So at one point it was difficult to walk in that lake because the soil was so soft. Then finally the bull went to such a point that it can't move now. It can't move because it's totally stuck into the mud of that lake. Right? You know your experience of that, right? Sometimes mud is so you can't lift your leg also. Somebody has to pull you out. Huh? Daldal ki tarah. So daldal is like you totally go inside. This is not totally daldal. It is like to a point where you can feel the ground, but you can't move now because the mud is so much. Right? And then behind the lion also got stuck. Right? So just imagine I'm like the bull, and somewhere sitting you is a lion. And the lion is looking at the bull, and the bull also looks at the lion. Both are looking at each other. Right? The lion is looking at the bull and it is telling, hey, you are going to be eaten today. Okay, I am a lion. I'll try to get out by myself. You are stuck anyways. And I'll try to come towards you. Now I'll eat you. You have got stuck now. The bull laughs. Right? Bull laughs and says, lion, you are a king of the forest. But look at your situation. You have to pull yourself out. You know my greatness? Just after some time, sun will set. My master will come and pull me out. He has sent me for grazing. I am grazing in the forest. Exactly in the evening, my master will come to take me back home. Huh? Now I just have to wait here, right? And I only have to wait for a signal. When he'll shout from the jungle, where are you? And I have to say, wow, that's it. He'll come. And the lion is thinking, hey, what is this fellow saying? I'll still eat you. Lion was, very angry and, wanted to achieve something. But after some time, the sound came, the bull shouted, the master came, he looked at the lion, he looked at the bull, oh my God, what's going on here? And immediately he called 3-4 more villagers. Said, let's put the ropes and pull my bull out. So they pulled the bull out. He didn't pull the tiger out, the lion out. Obviously, if he pulls the lion out, they all will die. So Mr. Lion, you stay there. And the bull was very happy. Laughingly it went. Right? So, the story is very simple. Right? These yogis, jnanis, right, karmis, do all this kind of pujas and all these people trying to achieve piety in this life, trying to achieve happiness in this life. Huh? These all people are like that lion. They are trying to achieve happiness at their own strength. Right? Whereas bull is completely dependent on its master. And we all have a master. The moment you put the mala in your neck, you have a master. Khatam. Finish. Main kutta hu Bhagwan ka. He will take care of me. Why should I worry? Whatever situation, it might be just 1 feet away from death also. Death is inevitable. But my master will come and take me. Is that? So this is called Krishna consciousness. Bhakti. Bhakti marg means you don't depend on your strength. You don't depend on, oh, I'm so strong, I'm so this, I'm so that. Whatever you are doesn't matter. Even if you are working like a materialistic person outside, externally you might look like a materialistic person. You're working in IT, you're pulling your timesheets, you're struggling for your job, you're paying your home loan, you're taking care of your children, you are as a grahastha or as a vanaprastha who is retired, who is trying to do best that he can with his current available situation of the body, or as a brahmachari who is still not married or doesn't want to get married, who just wants to focus on jnana and vijnana and wants to serve the society, or a mataji who is yet to be married, you'll be married one day, have to get married and take shelter and serve and beget children who are going to be more Krishna conscious, right? All these things. In any situation, any of these situations, you can equally be Krishna conscious. And Krishna is saying, I will pull you out from wherever you are. Just continue to do what you are doing with faith and with devotion. So just do it with faith. When you chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, chant with faith. That is Krishna's name. It is not some Coca-Cola or Pepsi. Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Pepsi. You're not doing that. You're chanting his name. And his name is not different from him. When you're chanting Hare Krishna, it's Krishna whom you're calling. And Krishna is there. Right? So devotee does that. In whatever situation he is, he'll do that. And Krishna is assuring that my pure devotee under my protection reaches the eternal and imperishable abode by my grace. I will pull him out. Don't worry. Chetasa sarva karmani mai sanyasya matpara buddhi yogam upashrita Macchitta satatam bhava. In all activities, just depend upon me. And work. Always under my protection. In such devotional service, be fully conscious of me. Matpara. The Sanskrit word matpara is very important in this verse. It indicates that one has no goal in life save and except acting in Krishna consciousness to satisfy Krishna. Prabhupada says in the purport. Right? Once again, see, all these statements are not ordinary statements. Krishna is reassuring all of us, all of you individually is telling. In all activities that you are doing, just depend upon me. Just depend on whatever situation you are, just depend upon me. Arjuna, depend upon me. Anil Prabhu, depend upon me. Right? Baburam Prabhu, depend upon me. Krishna is saying. Yeah? Take your name to yourself and just Krishna is telling, depend upon me. And everything will take care. If you depend on yourself, then you're only limited to your ability. Right? Say if there is a race of vehicles from Pune to Bombay. I told the example in the past. From Pune to Bombay, there is a race. There is a Mercedes-Benz car, there is a Maruti 800, then there is Luna. Who will go first? Mercedes-Benz car, obviously. Right? Benz has the biggest horsepower engine, it will go. What if a helicopter comes, picks up the Luna and keeps him in Bombay? Who will go first? Who will go first? Don't worry if you're a Luna or a Benz or a Maruti. What matters is who is picking you up. Krishna will pick us up from this Gauli Doddi like this and will keep us in Goloka Vrindavan like this. He'll be wondering, Hare, I was not even supposed to be there. I was not even qualified. Krishna will tell, you went sincerely to the morning class every Sunday. That's enough for me. I saw sincerity. I saw devotion. I saw surrender. I saw inclination. I saw desire. I saw truthfulness. And I saw humility. Most attractive thing for Krishna. Humble. Krishna, I'm stuck. Please take care of me. I'm totally depending on you. I just saw this. Happy go. Khatam. It is that simple to go back to Krishna. Problem is we are too complicated. Bhakti is very simple, Prabhus. We are complicated. What are we asking you to do? A, B, C, D. Always be in association. A. Read Bhagavad Gita. B. Chant the names of Krishna. C. Eat the proper diet of prasada. D. ये करना इतना मुश्किल है क्या? प्रभु D diet ठीक है. D for dance also. Right? Nicely dance. Every day we dance. In our house when we do Damodar Aarti or we do Kirtan. Dancing किसको पसंद है? Everybody likes to dance. So dance. Who is stopping you from dancing? Right? Sing. Who is stopping you from singing? Eat. Who is stopping you from eating? और क्या करना? What else is there? Decorate? You want to put makeup? Yeah, put makeup for festivals. Nicely put makeup and come and do some drama. Become Bagasur, Agasur, Trinasur, Trinavarta, whatever, right? Or become, Prahalad, become Rama, Lakshmana, Sita. Nicely decorate. Any desire you have, you can fulfill by keeping Krishna in it, and I will pick you up from there. Krishna is saying. It is that simple. Bhakti yoga is so simple. अरे प्रभु सिट एंड चैंट हरे कृष्णा प्रभु टाइम नहीं है इसीलिए तो बोल रहा हूँ टाइम नहीं है एटलीस्ट नाउ सिट एंड चैंट हरे कृष्णा प्रभु आई कांट डू सो मेनी राउंड अरे क्यों नहीं कर सकते भैया सब कर रहे हैं आप क्यों नहीं कर सकते बाबूराम प्रभु ही डज 16 राउंड्स एवरी डे ही वर्क्स इन अ नाइट शिफ्ट when we are all nicely sleeping he is working to run his family still he finds time to do 16 rounds. Tell me one good reason why you are not able to do 16 rounds. We are coming to the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita. Still I am thinking, अरे जपमाल पकड़ो बैठो एक जगह पे खत्म. I have done my 14 rounds today. I failed to finish my 16 rounds before the class. But I am going to sit and I will finish. Yesterday night I was preparing for today some lecture. 11:30 I slept. Right? But no, I have to get up in the morning. Determination. We have to be determined. Otherwise, we can't achieve anything in life. प्रभु बूढ़े हो गए. अरे बूढ़े सब होंगे. इसका मतलब है अभी तो बाकी काम छोड़ो. Leave everything else. None of your relatives will save you at the time of death. None of your walking friends will save you at the time of death. None of your sitting friends will save you at the time of death. No government, no political party will save you at the time of death. Nothing will save you at the time of death. Death is inevitable. It's coming. And before death, it's not going to come straight. It will come with so many problems. Your organs will stop working. You can't walk, you can't talk, you can't see, you can't hear, you can't digest. And God only knows what other situation we are all planned to see. Huh? Can anybody here guarantee you will die like Shah Rukh Khan in Bazigar? Nicely telling half an hour dialogue and then dying. Huh? Is that going to happen? No. It can be a death that you can't even imagine. And you know it's going to come your way. But even if you are young or old or just born, anybody is going to die. And the way death is going to come, nobody knows. Before that, we have to be prepared. Prabhu, there is nothing more important than this. Please start chanting the Krishna's names. You take initiative. Nobody should force you. It's high time now. Take the mala and depend on him. It's going to come. And at that time, you can't prepare. At that time, you can't start. At that time, you have to do. In all activities, just depend upon me and work always under my protection. In such devotional service, be fully conscious of me. Prabhupada explains, follow the instruction of Guru. Who is a Guru? Guru is not something that you can buy. Guru is not somebody who makes himself a Guru and calls himself a Guru. Guru is simply a beggar in front of Krishna asking for mercy. And Krishna, through such beggar, his devotee, is passing on his message to the society. That's why he's a Guru. Right? Yasyat prasada bhagavat prasado. You should worship Guru like God. Guru is not God. Guru is a servant of God. But we should worship Guru like God, because if Guru is not there, how can I access Krishna? How can I understand Bhagavad Gita? Kaun samjhayega? Who will make you understand the meaning of what Krishna is saying? You can read the entire Bhagavad Gita. Without Guru's mercy, you can't achieve anything. And Guru is telling, Srila Prabhupada is telling, chant Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Do it. With faith, do it. This Kartika Maasa started. Do it. Now is the time. Sola Mala Karo. प्रभु अभी नहीं होगा, टाइम नहीं है, इसीलिए तो कह रहा हूं मैं. You don't have much time left. Start doing. Don't have to explain anybody in the house why you are doing. You will find that 2 hours. 2 hours is what it takes. Right? 58, very important verse. Macchitta sarva durgani mat prasadat tarishyasi atha chetvam ahankaran na shrosyasi vinakshasi. If you become conscious of me, you will pass over all the obstacles of conditioned life by my grace. If, however, you do not work in such consciousness, but act through false ego, not hearing me, you will be lost. Directly is telling Prabhu, who will be lost? Tell me. Who will be lost? You will be lost. You will be lost. Keep confidence in him. And here is instructions. Very clearly Krishna is telling, he will move you from all obstacles. All obstacles. All obstacles. We go to Ganeshji, right? The remover of obstacles. Who gave that power to Ganeshji? Krishna. In Brahma Samhita it is clearly stated that I am the one who gave that power, that benediction to Ganeshji. And Ganeshji on behalf of Krishna is removing obstacles. Removing obstacles for what? To go to a theater? Removing obstacles for what? To become rich? Removing obstacles for what? To attain bhakti. Bhakti Vignanashka Shingadeva Bhagavan ki. The one who removes the obstacles on the path of bhakti is Narasimha. Right? It's Krishna who comes in a most Vatsalya Bhava, in the most merciful form as Narasimha. He removes the obstacles for Prahlad Maharaj. Right? We should not forget this. So here Krishna is saying, if you become conscious of me, you will pass over all the obstacles of conditioned life by my grace. If, however, you do not work in such consciousness, but act through false ego, not hearing me, you will be lost. Acting through false ego means what? Acting through ahamkara. Whatever I like, I'll do. That is what you have been doing till now. At least now stop doing that. अभी तक वही कर रहे थे ना, जो मन में आया मर्जी, जो किया मेरी मर्जी. नहीं, अब चेंज हो जाओ. बहुत हो गया, बहुत साल बीत गया, बहुत जन्म ले लिए. Many births you have taken. Bahunam janmanam mante. Many births. Now at least start listening to Krishna clearly from Bhagavad Gita. He is not demanding anything extra. He is just saying, be conscious of me. Remember me. Always remember me. Never forget me. I will take care of you. Keep your confidence in me. I am the only one who can take care of you, by the way. Krishna is saying, I am the only one. Nobody else can. No Devata can take you anywhere. He'll take you to his planet. Again, he'll also come down. He'll also come down. How many more births you want to take to trying to become a yogi, trying to become a jnani? Huh? Point in. Become a bhakta, go back to Krishna. And then you can play with him every day. Krishna is so much accessible and available for everybody in Goloka Vrindavan. In fact, he takes a position that, you can't even imagine. God, hear this, I was hearing this nice discourse that one great devotee was telling, atheistic people cannot accept God because of his greatness. He's so great. Arey, parvat uta liya. Parvat kaun utata hai? Aise bol rahe tum log. Atheistic people cannot accept Krishna because of his greatness. And Krishna's pure devotees in Goloka cannot accept Krishna because of his sweetness. They cannot accept him as God because of his sweetness. He's so sweet there. Tu Bhagwan, okay? Right? Krishna, a small boy, goes in front of Yashoda. Yashoda ma, I killed Putana. Putariya? Tu Putariya? Check. Muvatkar, you are so small. Vishnu saved you. Lord Vishnu came and saved my little son. You killed Putana. What Putana? He must be a pig. Like that. Immediately Krishna, hey, I was a pig, Varala. How did you know? Right? So difficult. Because he's so sweet. How can you understand such a sweet boy is God? He behaves like anybody else. He's playing games with his friends in Vrindavan. And suddenly some rule he breaks. And the friends tell, you go sit there. Krishna, hey, what is this? I am playing. No, you go, bed up. You are breaking all rules. Who is he? He is the cause of all causes. Source of everything. So bed, chup batke. Hey, you can't do this. Ah, okay. You want to play? You become a donkey now. His friends are telling you become a gada, donkey. Walk like a donkey, shout like a donkey. Do that. And Krishna is like, no, I will not become a donkey. I am son of Nanda. There are 900,000 cows with my father. I can become a cow if you want, not a donkey. Krishna, you sit there calm. You are not allowed to play. Krishna is like, what is this? And he's crying. Krishna is sitting in Goloka Vrindavan and crying. And he's saying, if you want, I'll become something else but not donkey. No, you have to become a donkey. Take the punishment, otherwise sit there. And Krishna is like, what do you think? I left Vaikunta and came here to play with all of you. Right? I am Narayan. I left that place, I've come here to play all of you. You are making me sit here. Whatever you think you are, sit there. And after crying and weeping, and Krishna goes and says, please allow me, na? Take it. Becomes a donkey. Krishna becomes a donkey. And then he says, okay, now you can come and play. This is Goloka Prabhu, where God is so sweet. God is so beautiful. God is so attractive. It's difficult to accept that he is God. And this is material world, where God's greatness can be seen everywhere. The sun is rising, the clouds are moving, our hearts are beating, our bodies are functioning. None of us we are doing. We can clearly see God everywhere, but we don't accept that God exists. Right? Krishna is so sweet. Do you want to see which Krishna? The greatness of Krishna or sweetness of Krishna? The sweetness of Krishna. God's greatness is not that he is the creator, maintainer and destroyer. God's greatness is he gets captured by his devotees. God's greatness is the sweetness of his pastimes. God's greatness is how humble he is. God's greatness is how easily he can be captured if you have devotion. If you don't have devotion, you can't achieve God. And he himself is telling this in Bhagavad Gita. And he's telling Arjuna, hey Arjuna, I am standing here, Baba. I am with you. Just depend on me and do your duty. You will achieve me. Without any fail, you will achieve me. I am standing. And Arjuna is like fully confident. You are there. Ho gaya khatam aur kya? This Kaurava, this huge army in front of me, this whole people who are ready to destroy the planet with adharma. Hare Krishna, if you are standing on my side, why should I worry? And Krishna is saying, I am there. And he's telling all of us, he is there. Right? Yad ahankaran ashritya na yotsya iti manyashe mityaisha vyavasayaste prakritistvam niyokshati. If you do not act according to my direction and do not fight, then you will be falsely directed. By your nature, you will have to be engaged in warfare. So Krishna is saying, I know your nature. I have given you that nature. All of us, our nature is what? We created our nature. We were born with a nature. Brahmanical nature, Kshatriya nature, follower Shudra nature, Vaishya nature. All these natures are given by whom? By God only. And he is telling, hey Arjuna, you have to do the war, Baba. You are a Kshatriya. I have given you that nature. You have that nature. And if you don't do that, then you'll be falsely directed. You'll end up doing something which is not good for you. I am telling you, according to your nature, do the warfare. According to your nature, serve Krishna. Keep Krishna in the center, whatever position you are in. Swabhavajena kaunteya nibaddhashvena karmana kartum nichchasi yanmohat karishyasi avasho api tat. Under illusion, you are now declining to act according to my direction. But compelled by work, the work, born of your own nature, you will act all the same, O son of Kunti. Krishna is saying your nature is to fight, you are anyway going to fight. You are saying now you will not fight, but later you will fight. Why don't you fight when I am asking you to fight? I am with you. Right? It's not like, Arjuna, you'll go and sit in a mountain doing tapasya. It's not your nature. Tapasya is to engage the best thing that you have in Krishna's service. That is tapasya. Tapasya is to say no to anything that is not favorable for Krishna consciousness. That is tapasya. Tapasya is not to go away or shy away from the instructions of Bhagavad Gita or the instructions of Guru. Do it. Right? And depend on Krishna. Krishna is repeating so many verses, 5 verses. He is repeating the same thing again and again and again, saying, don't get deviated, don't get deviated. Right? 61. Ishvara sarva bhutanam Hriddeshe arjuna tishyati Brahmanya sarva bhutani Yatra rudhani mayaya. The Supreme Lord is situated in everyone's heart. O Arjuna, and is directing the wandering of the living entities who are seated as on a machine made of material energy. Yantra. What is the word he is using here? Yantrarudhani mayaya. Yantra means on a machine. Arudhani, being placed, mayaya, under the spell of material energy. What is the machine? Your body. Your body is a machine. Spelled completely in maya. Body is ignorant. Body doesn't have any consciousness. It's completely attracted to maya. Its sense objects are pulling to, senses are pulling to the sense objects. Can't you see? You see something sweet, your tongue immediately gets water. Your tongue is a sense, gulab jamun is a sense object. You don't have to do anything. Your eyes are looking for beauty, right? Your ears are looking for nice soothing sound. Sense and sense object. You are completely shackled by your senses. You don't even know that. You're tied by your senses. You have zero freedom actually. Zero freedom. Oh Prabhu, I am a tapasvi. I will not get affected by anything. You are the biggest fool. You are the biggest fool. Don't make ourselves. Let's stop making ourselves a fool trying to say that, I have control over myself. You have no control over yourself. You cannot be. How can you control a car whose steering is not in your hands? Pedals are not in your legs. How can you control that car? You're sitting in that car, that's all. All those things are being driven by your senses. Wherever your sense will take, will go. Isn't it? So here, Krishna is telling that Supreme Lord, that is Him, He is situated in everyone's heart and is directing you. And you are just like a machine, yantra. And the machine can be spoiled anytime. And horrible part is we have already spoiled the machine, most of it. Eating all nonsense outside, eating at the wrong time, eating in the wrong quantity, right? Breathing the wrong kind of air, drinking the wrong kind of water. ये पूरा body को मार दिया already. So much pollution we have created on the planet. And we have decreased our age span also now. Right? Everything. Machines are spoiled. The workshop is filled with all kuta machines. Now what? Okay, Krishna, we messed it up. Our machines are all gone now. Wow, now what? Surrender unto me. Here to me. I am sitting in that machine as Paramatma. Mayavadis say that there is only Atma and that is all. No. Krishna is saying, I am sitting in that machine. Another proof. You are also there, I am also there. And I am directing you. How can Krishna direct himself? Krishna is directing us. As Paramatma sitting, he is directing us. We can never be God. We can never become God because God is directing and we are getting directed. Right? Don't fall for that philosophy which says that we are God, we can become God, we are already God, we forgot that we are God, tomorrow we will become God. And that nonsense philosophy. We can never become God. We are always servants of Krishna. Khatam. And we are happy to be servants of Krishna. And in that state only you will be always happy. As a serving, when you serve God, you are happy. That's your situation. When you serve, you are happy. Our Sanatan Dharma is to serve God. Our Sanatan Dharma is to serve God. Sanatan Dharma is for a soul, not for the body. We use the word a lot of times, Sanatan Dharma, Sanatan Dharma. Sanatan Dharma is the soul Sanatan Dharma. Body Sanatan Dharma is to rot and burn. But when you use this body in service of the soul, then you are performing Sanatan Dharma. And the concept of Sanatan Dharma is not understood by many people. A lot of people think Sanatan Dharma means putting tilak. Sanatan Dharma means putting dhoti. Sanatan Dharma means shouting Jai Sri Ram. They are externals of Sanatan Dharma. That is the external aspect of Sanatan Dharma. That is also Sanatan Dharma, but that is the external aspect. Internal aspect is what? That Aham Brahmasmi. I am the soul. Okay, I am the soul. What is the duty of soul? To serve the super soul. I am Atma to serve the Paramatma. For that you should know who is Paramatma. Paramatma is Krishna. He himself is telling, I am the Paramatma. 62. Tam eva sarvanam gaccha sarva bhavena bharata tat prasadat param shantim sthanam prapshyasi shashvatam. O Skyana Bharata, surrender unto him utterly. By his grace, you will attain transcendental peace and the supreme and eternal abode. Again he's saying, so many times somebody is telling surrender, surrender, surrender. Why? Because Krishna knows we are not going to surrender that easily. Right? We have too many reservations, too many doubts, too many assumptions, too many perspectives. We are not going to surrender that easily. That is why he's telling you. In the morning, mother wakes up children, right? School time ho raha hai. Le, woot. Because she knows this fellow will not get up. Suddenly he'll get up. Amma, why are you shouting? I got up. That's okay. I'll still shout because I know you'll sleep again. Right? Mother knows what is the situation of the child. Krishna knows what is our situation. That is saying, surrender, surrender, surrender. Here to me. I'm telling you directly through Bhagavad Gita. I'm telling you, here to me. Just follow me. Just follow the instructions. Follow the dharma. Follow me. And I will take care of you. Do your duty according to your nature and perform Krishna consciousness according to your nature. Do the ABCD, association, Bhagavad Gita, chanting, diet. Clearly, I'm telling in parampara, evam parampara praptam, imam rajarisho vidu, sakalena manta, yoga nashta parantapa. There is a whole disciplinic succession in which I've explained this truth. Many times it is broken, but again come here to explain you. I'm telling you again, this is the truth, this is the way to go. He's telling it again and again and again, Bhagavad Gita. Right? Yeah. 63. Iti te jnanam akyatam guhyad guhyataram maya vrimshaitad asheshena yathicchasi tatha kuru. Vrimshraya etat aseshena. Thus, I have explained to you knowledge still more confidential. Deliberate on this fully. And then do what you wish to do. सब बोल दिया मैंने. See the beauty of Bhagavad Gita, Prabhus? This statement shows the heart of Krishna. He never forces anyone. He loves everybody, but he never forces anyone. You will not find this in any other dharma, any other scripture. He'll say, you don't believe me, you'll go to hell. But look at this. So beautifully, Krishna is saying, I have told everything to you, Krishna. Now deliberate on this. Now start thinking. Deliberate means what? To contemplate. हिंदी में क्या बोलते हैं इसको? विचार. घर जाके जो प्रचार सुना है उसका विचार करो. Go home and think. Don't go and sleep. What did I hear today? What was Krishna telling? Why is he telling to me all this again and again and again? So many times he asked me to surrender. Why am I not surrendering even now? What is stopping me from surrendering? You're deliberating on that. And Krishna is asking you to deliberate. Krishna is asking you to contemplate. Don't just hear about, bro, हो गया मेरा Bhagavad Gita, पूरा श्लोक हो गया, हरि बोल. हो गया, तेरा क्या हुआ? होने के बाद क्या हुआ? After finishing Bhagavad Gita, what is supposed to happen? You're supposed to chant. Chant his names. And at least increase some faith and take one more step in spiritual life. Go one more step. Bhagavad Gita हो गया, ठीक है प्रभु, हो गया, मिलेंगे अगले साल. If you finish Bhagavad Gita means you should be more attentive and more inclined to continue. है कि नहीं? To progress more. Or to read it again. Bhagavad Gita एकदम में किसी को समझ में नहीं आता. Read it again. Shankaracharya is saying, eko, the only scripture is Bhagavad Gita. Eko Shastra. Devaki Putra Gitam. Shankaracharya is saying, there is only one Shastra. Devaki Putra ka Gita. Bhagavad Gita. इतना बड़ा, Acharya, Swayam Lord Shiva is telling, there is nothing greater than Bhagavad Gita. And you finished it and you understood it. हुआ खत्म. 18 chapter हो गया, tick हो गया. Next नहीं. You have to start deliberating on it now. सुन लिया ना, अभी उसके बारे में सोचो, फिर पढ़ो, फिर सोचो. ये एक स्क्रिप्चर आप जिंदगी भर पढ़ो, फिर भी कम है. सर्वगुह्यात्तमं भूया शृणु मे परमं वचा इष्टो अस्मि मे द्रद्धम् इति ततो व्याख्यामि हे हितम्. Because you are my very dear friend. I am speaking to you. My supreme instruction. The most confidential knowledge of all. Hear this from me. For it is for your benefit. Look at the mercy of Krishna. Last verse is saying, पूरा बोल दिया, अब सोच, बैठ के सोच. But he's looking again at all of us. He's saying, I don't know whether you followed Karma Yoga. I don't know whether you followed Jnana Yoga. I don't know if you understood Ashtanga Yoga. I don't know if you can follow Dhyana Yoga. I don't know Bhakti Yoga also you can perform or not, or even understood or not. I don't know if you understood the 18 chapters so far or not. Arjuna, I'm telling you the bottom line now. The next verse is the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita. The most confidential knowledge. Krishna is finishing it off. Say Hare Krishna mantra loudly 3 times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज. Sorry. Before this, 65. I was also thinking I missed one verse. But this also is the conclusion, right? Both these verses together. Manmanabhav madbhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru mam evaishyasi satyam te pratijane priyoshi me. Always think of me. Become my devotee. Worship me. And offer your homage unto me. Thus you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend. So how can you go back to Krishna? Always think of him. Become his devotee. Worship him. Offer your homage to him. Everything you want to offer it to him. And thus you will go back to him without fail. He's guaranteeing. This is a guarantee, triple guarantee, warranty, whatever. No guarantee, warranty card of this planet can save anything in you. No IICU will save your body. No hospital, no insurance, no comprehensive insurance policy can save anything of you. But Krishna is guaranteeing here, without fail, you will come back to me if you just become his devotee. And how to become his devotee? He is telling in the next verse. I was actually very anxious to go to the next verse. So I missed this verse. Right? But there is actually, these two verses are in reverse order. Krishna wantedly put it like that. I'll tell you why. Right? सर्वधर्मान् परित्यज्य मामेकं शरणं व्रज अहं त्वां सर्वपापेभ्यो मोक्षयिष्यामि मा शुचः. Abandon all varieties of religion and just surrender unto me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions. Do not fear. Sarva papebhyo. Whatever number of lives you have taken, how many ever births you have taken, whatever nonsense you have done before in this life or what you are planning to do, everything I will remove it because I only can remove it. Sarva dharman parityaja. Throw all dharmas in the gutter. Pitru dharma, matru dharma, this dharma, that dharma, vritti dharma. Just throw them all. Because ultimate dharma is what? To do what I am telling you to do. समझ रहे? अगर ये नहीं किया तो बाकी करने में क्या मतलब है? If you are not doing this, what I am asking you to do, what is the use of doing all other dharmas? This is a very important thing, Prabhuji. This is the conclusion of Bhagavad Gita. Ramanujacharya wanted to understand the meaning of this. And he went to so many. His guru sent him to many places. Understand this. Go and understand this. And you can only understand this only if you are a devotee. If you hear it from a devotee. This one verse is the epitome of Bhagavad Gita. Sarva dharman parityaja. Lot of people misinterpret saying Sarva Adharmam Paritejya. He didn't say Sarva Adharmam Paritejya. He said Sarva Dharman Paritejya. On one side he is saying Yada Yada Hi Dharmasya Jnanir Bhavati Bharatah. I am coming here to establish Dharma. And on the other side is saying Sarva Dharman Paritejya. What is the contradiction here? Simple. Dharma means Dharmam to Sakshat Bhagavat Pranitam. What Krishna tells is Dharma. Every other Dharma has to support this Dharma, not go against this Dharma. समझ रहे हैं ना? बहुत मुश्किल है इसको समझना. Especially we Indians who are brought up in so much religious culture, we get confused sometimes. Which Dharma is more important? Dharma to satisfy Krishna is the highest. If you do this one Dharma properly, you can forget about everything else. But don't forget about everything else not doing this. Lot of people, they say, oh, I will not keep Pitru Pakshas, I will not take care of, other formalities, other sanskaras I will not do, because I am a devotee. Are you a devotee? Really a devotee? Are you a devotee? Are you totally surrendered to Krishna? If you think you are surrendered, then don't do anything. If you think even 1% have not yet surrendered, then do all of those and also do this. So then, don't whimsically start doing things according to your interest. मेरे को ये अच्छा नहीं लगता, ये नहीं करूँगा. Whatever is mentioned in Vedas, do. But Vedesta Sarve Ahame Ved. Remember that. I like to worship Lord Shiva. Worship Lord Shiva. But understand, Vaishnavanam Yatha Shanaho. I like to worship Ganeshji. Worship Ganeshji. Because he is the servant of Krishna serving Bhagavad Gita to all of us. He wrote Bhagavad Gita. Ganeshji wrote Bhagavad Gita. Worship Durga. Yes, Maya Dikshena Prakriti Suite Charachara. Hetunanena Kaunteya Jagad Viparivartate. Durga is acting according to my instruction. Maya Dikshena Prakriti. Worship anybody you want, but understand the connection with Krishna. Then that means Sarva Dharman Paritejya. Understood? Don't worship anybody because you like that person. Don't depend on anybody except Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. That's it. Buck stops here. There is nothing beyond this. There is nothing beyond this. There is nothing equal to this. How fortunate are we? Only we people who have attended Bhagavad Gita classes so far. Or some of you who come here first time today. There is a reason you are here. You have not come here. आपको लाया गया है यहाँ पे. कौन लेकर आया? कृष्ण. बिठा दिया यहाँ पे. सुन ले. Time नहीं है. This is the conclusion. Now, why I said it's a reverse order? Sarva dharman paritejya mamekam sharanam raja. Surrender unto me everything. Krishna is saying, how to surrender? Now read the next verse, previous verse. How to surrender? Always think of me. Right? Become my devotee. Pay your homage unto me. This is how you surrender. A lot of people ask, Sarva Dharma, Prabhuji, I don't know how to surrender. Read the previous verse. How to surrender? Always think of me. When you say always think of me, what does it mean? Anything good or bad happens in your life, understand that Krishna is doing it. Accept that Krishna is doing it. मुश्किल है. बहुत मुश्किल है प्रभु. I'm telling you. When things start going other way around, when your body stops, body के ऊपर बहुत confidence है अपन लोगों को ना. Everybody is saying, अरे मेरा body. This body will start giving up one day. One by one organ will start feeling. Then you should understand, Krishna, thank you very much. You are relieving me from this body. And you are making me totally dependent on you. Because until this body is functioning nice, I will depend on Krishna. But when that also starts going down, then you totally depend on Krishna. There is a reason old age is there. No? Krishna could have created a material world where none of us will become old. It's simple. Manufacturer to manufacturing nahi aata hai, problem hai. If I am Krishna, I will make a material world in such a way that everybody will be tip top. Ekdam. No old age only. Right? है ना? अच्छा लगे ना? No. हाँ? another problem. The problem is this. Krishna created this material world to make us understand that we don't belong here. Not to make us understand that this is the best place to be. प्रभु एक विला खरीद लिया, इतना बड़ा compound wall है, अच्छा garden है. Krishna is saying, you don't belong here. What are you trying to do? This body is just a bridge between birth and death. There is a birth, there is a death. It's a bridge. Right? And that bridge is very, very important. Because C works there, choices, our choices. B, C, D. Birth, choices, death. Right? And another D, destination after that. Your C will determine your destination after that, after the death. You are anyway going from B to D. Without any effort also you'll go. You don't have to put any effort to become old. You'll become old. But the choices that you make will determine after death will there be another B or only G, God. नहीं फिर birth लेना है या फिर खत्म करना है. Who biggest fool on the planet is who builds a villa on the bridge, who builds a flat on the bridge, who builds a house or builds a position. I'm the CEO, I'm the head, I'm country head, I'm biggest businessman, the highest net worth person on the planet. He's standing on the bridge. उसको क्या बोलते हैं? पागल. Mental hospital यरागढ़ में नहीं है, हर जगह पे है. Whole material world is a mental hospital, actually speaking. सब पागल है. कोई ये देख नहीं पा रहा है. Nobody is able to see that you are standing on a bridge. You're standing on a bridge between birth and death, right? So always think of Krishna. Always remember Krishna. Always remember the instructions of Bhagavad Gita. Understand that law of karma exists. Anything wrong you do is going to come back to you. With interest and compound interest, it will come back to you. Don't do any nonsense in life. Control your senses. इंद्रियों के ऊपर वश लेकर आओ. Otherwise, the indriya tripti will take you to hell. Hell मतलब क्या? Toli roti. Hell only, right? You'll again come back here. You're thinking hell मतलब अरे प्रभु जी वहाँ पे ना वो पूरा तेल में डालते नहीं. Hell यही है. This body itself is hell. आप जिस body में हो वो नरक है, नरक. देखो उसको एक बार. ठीक तरह से जांच के देखो. Look at yourself properly. You're already in hell. This hell is going to give you so much misery, so much misery, so much you will go through. I'm sorry to say, Prabhus, each one of us, none of us will be spared. None of us will be spared. Brahma bhuvana loko punaravartino Arjuna. From the Brahma to ant in Patala, everybody has to go through the most painful phase in this material world. But a devotee, while going through this, thanks Krishna. Thank you for making me understand why I am going through this. Because when you know why you are going through this, the pain decreases. And then you also tell Krishna, take care of me. You promised me from verse number 55 to 65 in 18th chapter that I have to just think of you, surrender to you, work for you, give everything to you. You will take care of me without fail. Pura insurance bataya. Krishna, you are there to take care of me. Now put me in any situation. Put me in any situation, I am all set. Prabhu, this is the meditation of Bhagavad Gita. What we are going through right now on this 20th of October 2024 is a very big day in all of your lives, my life also. When I am repeating this instruction of Krishna again, मैं इतनी बार पढ़ा फिर भी जब भी whenever I read it hits me like a rock in my heart. Why like a rock in my heart? Because my heart is like a rock. Right? It has to become soft like butter. When my heart will become soft like butter, Krishna will come and steal it. Right? Krishna doesn't steal anything. कृष्णा चोर नहीं है, क्या चोर करेगा? हाँ, सब उसी का तो है. How can Krishna steal his own things? If you go to your house and pick up a glass, will your wife shout, "Hey, चोर आ गया, इसको पकड़ो"? Huh? No, right? He'll say, "Hey, who is चोर here? I am picking up a glass that I bought." Isn't it? In the same way, what is Krishna stealing? Krishna is stealing butter? Krishna is stealing curd? No. Everything belongs to him only. Aham sarvasva prabho bhatta sarvam parvartate iti mattva bhujante maam पुधा भाव समन्वित है. ही वो क्या चोर करेगा जब सब उसका ही है, एवरीथिंग उसका ही है ना? क्या चोरी कर रहा है? वो हमारे हार्ट्स को चोरी कर रहा है. ही इज स्टीलिंग अवर हार्ट्स. बट विच हार्ट ही विल स्टील? द हार्ट दैट इज सॉफ्ट लाइक ए बटर, दैट इज churned, churned by what? By knowledge and seva. Knowledge, seva, knowledge, seva. And Guru is telling you how to churn your heart. And when it becomes like a butter, Krishna comes and steals it. And once Krishna steals your heart, then you cannot go away. I'm sorry, bad news. Krishna को घुसने में बहुत टाइम लगता है. So can you come here once? You can stand here once. You आप ही को बोलो. You also come to Rosie, आपको बोलो. Stand beside. Yeah. Yeah. थोड़ा distance. हाँ. Can you stand like Krishna? Just stand like Krishna. हाँ, try. He is standing straight, right? और इन दोनों को अंदर घुसेड़ना है बॉडी के अंदर. कौन इजीली जाएगा? If you have to push them into the body like a straight knife, he is like a twisted knife. Huh? How is he standing? यहाँ पे twist, वहाँ पे twist, उधर twist, ऊपर twist, 4 twists, like this, like this, like this. 4 ways he is standing. He is standing straight. Sorry, I have to demonstrate this. Huh? चाकू सीधा अंदर चले जाता है अंदर. कृष्ण का चाकू अंदर चीज नहीं आता. ऐसे फिर ऐसे फिर ऐसे फिर ऐसे. बहुत दर्द देता है ना. हाँ, as it is चाकू घुसने से दर्द देता. As it is, if you push the knife inside, it's oh. What is this? Now Krishna's knife is like oh, amma, ayya, ka, amma, devda. Yendirayana idi. So difficult to become a Krishna devotee. You can easily become a devotee of any other devata because he'll go inside. Krishna devotee is not easy. Because the fellow himself is twisted. Doesn't stand in one angle. But the beauty of him being twisted, once he gets inside, removing also is so difficult. Anybody else can remove. This fellow, if you remove, like this, you can't remove him only. So once Krishna Seva, once you get the taste of, what is the verse? Navai janujato kathanchana vraje mukunda seva anyavad anga samshriti smaran mukundangi upaguhanam puna vihatum ichchena rasagraha jana. Once you got that rasa of Krishna, this fellow's sweetness, once it touches you, you cannot run. Rupa Goswami in Vrindavan, please hear this. He says, Rupa Goswami is one of our 6 main Goswamis in Vrindavan. Rupa Sanatana, Raghunath Bhatta, Raghunath Dasa, Gopala Bhatta, Jiva Goswamis. These all Goswamis were sent by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Swayam Krishna, to Vrindavan 500 years ago to excavate all the places. So Rupa Goswami says, if you are attracted to material world, let me go one more level. If you are attracted to your flat, or your villa, or your nose, or your lips, or your eyes, or your body, or your position, or your complexion, or your hair, or your, और क्या attracted है? which are iPhone, right? If you are attracted to your gadgets, you are attracted to technology, you are attracted to WhatsApp, you are attracted to whatever other thing other than Krishna. Now Rupa Goswami is telling, don't go to Keshi Ghat, please. If you are attracted to any of this, don't go to Keshi Ghat. Keshi Ghat is a bank of Yamuna in Vrindavan. She's warning, huh? Rupa Goswami is warning, don't go to Keshi Ghat. Even by mistake, if you go to Keshi Ghat, don't go in the evening. And by mistake you are in the evening in Keshi Ghat, don't go close to that black boy. When mistake you went close to that black boy, don't look into his eyes. Namah Pankaja Nabhaya, Namah Pankaja Maline, Namah Pankaja Netraya, Namaste Pankaja Angre. Don't look into his eyes. Uske aankhon mein tumne dekh liya, your material life is finished. I'm sorry. He will snatch away everything. Hari. Hari means what? The one who snatches away, who takes it away. Harinchevadu. Right? If you come close to Krishna, he will take everything away, but he'll give himself. Right? So, Prabhu, this is the essence of Bhagavad Gita, where he's saying, Sarva Dharman Parityajya Mam Ekam, 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 one only, single pointed, idhar udhar nahi, mere ko ye bhi pasand hai, wo pasand hai, nahi, Mam Ekam Sharanam Raja, because without focus you can't achieve anything. And the whole Mukkoti Devatas, 3.3 crore Devatas, Ekam Sharanam Raja, Narayan, Krishna, that's it. No deviations. Sab ek hai, ye bhi hai, nahi. Then Bhagavad Gita will not work on. Mam Ekam. Why is he telling Ekam? You can tell, right? Mam Sarva. No, he says Mam Ekam. Mam Ekam Sharanam Raja. Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo. There is no sin that you have committed that he can't forgive. Moksha Shyami Masachaha. I will pull you out of all of this. But for that, abandon all your types of so-called religions. So-called religion is a template to come towards God. But don't get attracted only to the template. Abandon all that and surrender unto me. So this verse itself can go on for days, right? But I request you to read the purport of Prabhupada. There is written such a big purport. Again, most of it we have explained, but it's a beautiful explanation given by Prabhupada. How we have to surrender. And Prabhupada goes all the way to the 7th chapter, all the way, again explains the most important. The process of surrender to Krishna is mentioned in Haribhakta Vilasa. Anukulyena Sankalpa, repeat. Pratikulyasya Varjanam Rakshisyatiti Vishwaso Goptritve Varam Tatha Atma Nikshepa Karpanye Sadvida Sharanagati. According to the devotional process, one should simply accept such religious principles that will lead ultimately to devotional service of the Lord. One may perform a particular occupational duty according to his position in the social order, but if by executing his duty, one does not come to the point of Krishna consciousness, all his activities are in vain. Shrama eva hi kevalam. That's very important. Ultimately, if all this satsang is not making me a devotee, if this Bhagavad Gita is not making me a devotee, or all my, I went to this dham, I went to Char dham, I went to Panch dham, I don't know Panch dham is there or not. I went to Vrindavan, I went to Mathura, I went to Rameshwaram, I went to Srirangam, but I have not developed any attraction for Krishna. Everything is in vain. Does it mean I should not go? You should go. With the intention of what? To get attraction towards Krishna. Don't be eager to get a darshan ticket. Be eager for God to see you. Wherever you go, please look at me. Cry in front of him. So please, change something in me. I'm struggling here. Please change me. Idam te, 67. Idam te nata Pakshya paskaya Nabhattaya kadachana Na chashu save vachyam na cha mam yo abhyashuyati na cha mam yo abhyashuyati. Please forgive me, some verses I have not practiced well. This confidential knowledge may never be explained to those who are not austere or devoted or engaged in devotional service, nor to one who is envious of me. Now Krishna is also telling now that he finished the Bhagavad Gita, he is telling, don't explain this to some kind of people. Who? The people who are not austere, meaning ఓపిక లేదు. తెలుగు ఓపిక అంటారా? ఓపిక లేని వాళ్ళు. They don't have patience. They don't want to go through any austerity. Prabhuji, बोल दो खत्म करो ना जल्दी. Don't explain this to such kind of people. People should be surrendered. You know what I'm saying? They should be surrendered. They should wait for the mercy. Sometimes it's a torturing to sit after 10 o'clock when the breakfast has already come. Prabhu kab khatam karega? Krishna is the one who is deciding when to stop. Krishna is the one who is running the satsang. Right? And the people who are austere will get this knowledge. So people tell it only to devotees. People who are devotional, who are coming to satsang, explain this confidential aspect of Krishna. Don't tell it to people who are envious of Krishna. Why? Why we should not tell this knowledge to people who are not interested in satsang? Because by taking this knowledge, they'll become more, they'll damage their life even more. How? They'll blaspheme all these things that we told. Hey, वो प्रभु जी क्या बोल रहा है? कृष्णा को बिठा के बच्चे लोग खेल रहे, कुछ भी बोलता है, क्या भगवान तुम्हारा भगवान है. They'll try to reverse the whole knowledge and they'll become more far from Krishna. Don't tell these things to atheistic people. Don't discuss Bhagavad Gita with people who don't believe in Krishna. By doing so, you will make them go far away, even more far away from Krishna, because they are envious of Krishna. Everybody is envious of Krishna. That is the reason we are in this world. When we love Krishna, we will go back to Krishna. But an envious person, you tell too much knowledge, he will use that reverse. Right? People who don't believe in Lord Ram speak about Ram. You can see that in some speeches, political speeches. They are doing more damage to themselves by speaking about it. Because somebody told them little about Ram. That little thing they'll take and they'll make a political statement out of it. To their advantage. They are doing disadvantageous things. Anybody. Don't speak Bhagavad Gita and this kind of knowledge to people who are envious of God. Yeah, you can try introducing. If they're not interested, okay, no problem. आइए कभी आइए सुनिए. Yeah, like बैठ के discuss करते. If they're not interested, okay, no problem. Don't push them this knowledge inside. Right? या इदं परमं गुह्यं मद्भक्तेष्वि अभिध्यास्यति भक्तिं मयि परां कृत्वा माम् एवैष्यति असंशया. For one who explains this supreme secret to the devotees, pure devotional service is guaranteed. And at the end, he will come back to me. Hare Krishna. Now the benedictions are starting, final benedictions. Krishna is telling, if somebody explains this Bhagavad Gita to my devotees, people are planning to come towards me. Previous verse he told, don't tell it to people who are not planning to come towards me. But if you go and tell it to people who are willing to come towards me, you will pakka come back to me. So please pray for me that I want to go back to Krishna. Please pray for me. I am stuck in this material world. My humble prayer. Don't think I am trying to fake humility. You don't know my sinful side. You better don't know. Better not know. Please pray for me. Let's pray for each other. Right? Hold the person's hand sitting beside you. Whoever is sitting beside you, hold his hand. Look into his eyes and tell, please pray for me. Really, sincerely. I'm not doing it just for the sake of doing it. Prabhu's इसको बोलते हैं सत्संग. We need to pray for each other. Because who knows at the time of death who will sit beside you? Maybe that is the person who will sit beside you when you are dying. He'll plan. And you are telling him now only. When you come, then pray for me. पकड़ा नहीं पकड़ा हाथ नहीं पकड़ा तो कोई नहीं आएगा. अभी बोल रहा हूँ. Now if you hesitate नहीं क्या मुझे ऐसे बोलते रहते नहीं आएगा कोई. मैं किसका हाथ पकड़ूं? पकड़ो. Please pray for me. Please pray for me. This is called satsanga. Pray for me. Right? That surrender should come out in the form of prayer. I'm stuck here, Krishna. Please, उठाओ मेरे को यहाँ से. For one who explains this supreme secret to the devotees, pure devotional service is guaranteed. And at the end, he will come back to me. Hari Bol. Nacha tasman manushyesu kaschin me priya kritama bhavita nacha me tasmad anya priyataro bhuvi. This is like Krishna's hug to all of us. What is he saying? Repeat after me. There is no servant in this world more dear to me than he, nor will there ever be one more dear. Because we are acting on Krishna's behalf. Because we are acting on Krishna's behalf, we are distributing this knowledge to everybody. We are distributing Bhagavad Gita to everybody. Right? Some of you have donated Srimad Bhagavatam to Brahmanas, 6,600 rupees it costed. There is no one more dear to Krishna than you. Why? Because you are doing his job. आप उनके लिए काम कर रहे हो. Some of you purchased Srimad Bhagavatam. You do it. Because there is nothing more dear than that. Bhagavad Gita is a rule book. Bhagavatam is how to follow the rules. With examples. Right? Prabhu, Krishna is telling there is no one more dear to me. Don't you want to become dear to Krishna? Huh? What more do you want in life? Bhagavan ke agar tum, if God is loving you, if Bhagavan is loving you, ho gaya, kaam ho gaya. Finish. Accomplished. Life is accomplished. Goal is accomplished. Perfection is accomplished. Right? Shabari, when Ram came to her ashram, her entire life is accomplished. If Ram would not have come to her ashram, life would have gone in vain. But it is not possible. Tell me one devotee, it is not possible that Ram will not come. Tell me one devotee who has become a devotee and Krishna has not given him darshan. Think. एक ऐसे आदमी के बारे में बताओ जिसने भगवान को सरेंडर किया और उसने भगवान ने उसको नहीं बचाया. Nobody. No unfinished story is there. In Bhagavatam or Puranas or anywhere, there is no unfinished story. It always concludes. But you have to start, na? So what are we waiting for? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Surrender karo, khatam. He'll take care of everything else. Pichle 10 verses, all the shlokas are telling that only. Adhyeshyate chaya imam dharmyam samvadam avyayo dharmyam samvadam avyayo jnana tenaham ishthasyan iti me mati. Now this is for all of us. Loudly, as loudly as you can. And I declare that he who studies this sacred conversation of ours worships me by his intelligence. So हम लोग को sentimental worshipper नहीं है अभी. With full understanding, you're going to worship Krishna now. With full confidence, you're going to worship Krishna. That Krishna, तू ही है जो बताने वाला है, और कोई नहीं. There's nobody else. श्रद्धावान अनसूयाश्च शृणुयाद अपि यो नरः सो अपि मुक्त शुभालोकान् प्राप्नुयात् पुण्यकर्मणाम्. And one who listens with faith and without envy becomes free from sinful reactions and attains to the auspicious planets where the pious dwell. प्रभु जी, कृष्णा की गारंटी देखो, जो भगवद गीता पढ़ा. Okay, I'm thinking, should I say this or not? Because it's an unnecessary deviation. You will go back to Krishna. But even if you don't, you are sweeping that side, half hearing what is going on, you will still get heavenly planets. समझ रहे? स्वर्ग की प्राप्ति आधा सुनने से मिल जाएगा, पूरा विश्वास नहीं भी आया मिल जाएगा. स्वर्ग क्या है? बाई प्रोडक्ट है. लोग बाहर जाके पूछते हैं हमको स्वर्ग मिलेगा, स्वर्ग मिलेगा. हम लोग क्या बोल रहे हैं यहाँ पे? स्वर्ग को गोली मारो. I don't want स्वर्ग, I want Vaikuntha, I want Krishna. स्वर्ग का प्रॉब्लम क्या है? फिर आओगे वापस. But this is Krishna is saying that you're going to come back to me, and a little faith you do, you will attain the auspicious planets where pious dwell. Last paragraph Prabhupada is saying, generally those who are free from sinful reaction, those who are righteous, very easily take to Krishna consciousness. The word punya karmanam is very significant here. This refers to the performance of great sacrifices like Ashwamedha Yajna mentioned in the Vedic literature. Those who are righteous in performing devotional service but who are not pure can attain the planetary system of the pole star or the Dhruvaloka, where Dhruva Maharaj is presiding. He is a great devotee of the Lord and he has a special planet which is called pole star. So you're all going to go up to a better place, and if you're surrendered, you'll go to the ultimate place. Krishna is assuring this. Kaschid etach shrutam partha tvayai gagrena chetasa tvayai khagrena chetasa kaschid ajnana sammoha Pranastaste Dhananjaya. O son of Pratha, O conqueror of wealth, O residents of Golizodi, have you heard this? With an attentive mind? Are your ignorance and illusions now dispelled? He's confirming. Look at the mercy of Krishna. He didn't finish the book. Okay, chalo. He's saying, did you hear attentively? Are your doubts cleared, Arjuna? Why? He is ready to tell again. This is the mercy of Krishna. See, why will anybody ask this? Because he is willing to tell again. That is love of Krishna. That is love of Krishna. Krishna's love is unlimited. He is not going to just say that, okay, Bhagavad Gita khatam ho gaya, chalo niklo abhi. No. Hey, Sanya, are you able to accept? Any doubts? Wait. I'll go on again. Yada yada hi dharmasya yahanirvavati bharata apyutthanam adharmasya tadatmanam janmi paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkita dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami again and again. I will explain this again and again to establish dharma. So, Prabhu, we are so fortunate that we have come in contact with Krishna in this life, or maybe in last life only, but something missed. And you again come here. Journey is continuing. But once you finish the journey, there is no journey after this. Arjuna uvacha nashto moha smritir labdha Tvat prasadan maya chuta Tito asmi gata sandeha Karishye vachanam tava Karishye vachanam tava Karishye vachanam tava. I made you tell 3 times. Now you have no other choice. Which means Karishye vachanam tava. Now I'll follow. Now I'll follow. Arjuna said, My dear Krishna, O infallible one, my illusion is now gone. I have regained my memory by your mercy. I am now firm and free from doubt, and I am prepared to act according to your instructions. Now I am prepared to act as per your instructions. Right? This 45 minutes to something like that conversation. Right? That is how much time the Bhagavad Gita was spoken. We spoke for I don't know how many, 1.5 years? So 2 years. Right? 2 years. 2 years you tolerated me explaining this. Arjuna has gained back his constitutional position. Constitutional position means Sanatana Dharma. Constitutional position. Meaning understanding what is your true nature. Right? Constitutional position of fire is heat. Constitutional position of sugar is sweet. Constitutional position of soul is service. Service to God. We are all souls. Arjuna has gained back his constitutional position. Prabhupada starts the purport. The constitutional position of a living entity represented by Arjuna is that he has to act according to the order of the Supreme Lord. He is meant for self-discipline. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says that the actual position of the living entity is that of the eternal servant of the Supreme Lord. Forgetting this principle, the living entity becomes conditioned by material nature. By in serving the Supreme Lord, he becomes the liberated servant of the Lord. The living entity's constitutional position is to be a servitor. He has to serve either in the illusionary Maya or the Supreme Lord. Service is not going to stop. You will serve. Because you cannot live without serving. Your choice. You want to serve G-O-D God or D-O-G dog. It's your choice. Serve to karna hi hai. Have you seen people who don't believe in God? They take a dog and they walk behind the dog. वो सुसु कर रहा है, उसके पीछे घूम रहा है. वो अच्छा है या जगन्नाथ के रथ के आगे जाने का अच्छा है? बोलो. हाँ? You want to go behind a dog or go behind Jagannath? Behind Jagannath or in front of Jagannath. Full Jagannath. Choice is ours. Right? If you follow the message of Bhagavad Gita, you will get 4 hands. If you don't follow, you will get 4 legs. Choice is ours. 4 पैर चाहिए या 4 हाथ चाहिए? क्या महेश प्रभु हंस रहे हैं? अच्छा लगा? सिंपल है. वो खुद आपका उनका स्वरूप देंगे. स्वरूप सिद्धि, सामीप्य सिद्धि. There are 5 siddhis. He'll give any one of the siddhis. Samipya siddhi, Salokya siddhi, Swarupa siddhi. He's going to give you like his form. तुमको मुझे मेरे जैसा दिखना है? देखो मेरे जैसे. In Vaikuntha, everybody looks like Vishnu only. He said, who is real Vishnu? Who is Narayana? The one who has Srivatsa. Lakshmi there. He is the only Narayana. Everybody else looks like Narayana only. So, do you want anybody else to look like you? No. I should be special. Some Mataji's big discussion is, कल कौन सा साड़ी पहन के आ रही हो? गलती से भी सेम साड़ी इज्जत गया. है कि नहीं? Huh? But look at God, he's saying, you can be like me. I have no problem you looking like me. That is called Krishna. Who can be more merciful than Krishna? Hare Krishna. 74. Sanjay Uvacha Iti aham Vasudevasya Parthasya cha Mahatmana Samvadam imam Ashrausham Adbhutam Roma Harshanam. Sanjay said, thus I have heard the conversation of 2 great souls. Krishna and Arjuna. And so wonderful is that message that my hair is standing on end. Sanjay got the greatest mercy. He heard this because of Vyasdev. Vyasdev told, ये अंधा कानून है, इसको पूरा दिखाओ. Because of this Papu, all this problem has occurred. Show this fellow the result of his actions. Dhritarashtra, you are blind, but you have to see the blood of your children. Because of your decisions, all this happened. Hey Sanjaya, you are my Shishya. I am giving you the drishti. Whenever the right time comes, he will ask and show him. And Sanjaya showed. And Sanjaya, as a result of that service to Vyasdev, also heard Bhagavad Gita. If Sanjaya would not have heard Bhagavad Gita, we would not have got it. Because Bhagavad Gita, when it was spoken, it was only between Arjuna and Krishna. Nobody else heard this. Nobody else. Every other living entity, anything at all in the whole universe, could not hear what Arjuna is hearing from Krishna. Because the recording happened, when Sanjaya repeated to Dhritarashtra, we are able to hear this. That's why Bhagavad Gita doesn't start with Sri Bhagavan Vaja. It says, Dhritarashtra uvacha dharmakshetre kurukshetre mamaka pandavas chaiva. Dharmakshetre kurukshetre samayeta yutsava mamaka pandavas chaiva kim akurvata Sanjaya. Kya hua wahan pe? And he telling the whole story now. Entire Bhagavad Gita is repeated. Hare Krishna. 75. Vyasa prasadat shrutvan Vyasa prasadat shrutavan etat guhyam aham param yogam yogeshwarat krishnat sakshat kathayata swayam. By the mercy of Vyasa, I have heard these most confidential talks directly from the master of all mysticism, Krishna, who was speaking personally to Arjuna. So this is called devotion. At this moment, who is remembering? Vyasa. Because he is his disciple. Nobody takes credit here. Though I have finished Bhagavad Gita, by whose mercy? By your Guru's mercy. I am sitting here repeating by my Guru's mercy. My Guru repeated because of his Guru's mercy. Right? We are all mercy candidates. Without mercy, we are nothing. And here Sanjaya is saying, because of Vyasa, I could hear this directly from Purushottama. Directly the conversation I could hear. Oh, I am so fortunate. Oh, I am so fortunate. Yeah. Hare Krishna. Prabhupada explains about yogis, right? Yogis, so many yogis do so many things to get so many yoga siddhis. But the greatest yogi is the one who surrenders to Krishna. The greatest yogi is the one who is a devotional to Krishna. Right? And Sanjaya is the greatest yogi in a way. Because he heard the greatest and he surrendered to Krishna. But even after hearing this, one fellow did not surrender. What is his name? That is the problem. Don't think by hearing Bhagavad Gita everybody will become pure. Only the devotees who are devoted to Krishna will benefit from this. That is called Guha Jnanam, most confidential knowledge. Because Prabhu, what is confidential? Pura book mein hai, printed hai, English aata hai, sab aata hai. Samajh mein nahi aayega. Samajh mein aayega bhi to you can't apply in your life because if you are not a devotee. Yeah, very, very important. 76. Rajan samsrutya samvadam imam adbhutam. Rajan samsmritya samvadam imam adbhutam. Keshava Arjunayo Punyam Hrishyami Cha Muhurmuhu. O King, as I repeatedly recall this wondrous and holy dialogue between Krishna and Arjuna. I take pleasure being thrilled at every moment. So he's like, enjoy whatever is remembering. Second chapter, third chapter, fourth chapter. What did he tell? My God, I'm remembering this wonderful conversation. How he told everything in such a short span of time, which all the great Rishi Munis are scratching their head. For millions of years, they're not able to understand. Arjuna told everything to, Krishna told everything to Arjuna in just few minutes. And I'm just remembering all this. Tacha samam shritya samshritya. Tacha samshritya Rupam ati adbhutam hare Vishmayo me mahan rajan Rishyami cha puna puna. O King, as I remember the wonderful form of Lord Krishna, I am struck with wonder more and more, and I rejoice again and again. So he's remembering the form of Krishna. When Krishna is telling this, look at this form. He's telling this to Arjuna. Even below, there is a form here. Beautifully. See that in the cover. Cover देखो. इसको देखिए यहाँ पे. ये आगे वाला cover. Right? This is this form that Sanjay is seeing, and he's so happy. Oh, King, I remember the wonderful form of Lord Krishna. And I am struck with wonder more and more, and I rejoice again and again. What a merciful God. He told everything that a living entity needs to know. Loudly. Yatra Yogeshwara Krishno Yatra Partho Dhanurdhara Tatra Sthir Vijayo Bhutir Dhruvani Tir Matir Mama. Wherever there is Krishna, the master of all mystics, and wherever there is Arjuna, the supreme archer, there will also certainly be opulence, victory, extraordinary power, and morality. That is my opinion. Srimad Bhagavad Gita Granth ki Hari Bol. I'll read this one purport, please, everybody hear attentively, because acharyas conclude with their heart in it. Right? Every purport is special, but this is very, very special. Srila Prabhupada ki the Bhagavad Gita began with, no, you don't have to repeat. Just listen. The Bhagavad Gita began with an inquiry of Dhritarashtra. He was hopeful of the victory of his sons, assisted by great warriors like Bhishma, Drona and Karna. He was hopeful that the victory would be on his side. But after describing the scene on the battlefield, Sanjaya told to the king, "You are thinking of victory, but my opinion is that where Krishna and Arjuna are present, there will be all good fortune." He directly confirmed that Dhritarashtra could not expect victory on his side. Victory was certain for the side of Arjuna because Krishna was there. Krishna's acceptance of the post of charioteer for Arjuna was an exhibition of another opulence. Krishna is full of all opulences, and renunciation is one of them. There are many instances of such renunciation, for Krishna is also the master of renunciation. The fight was actually between Duryodhana and Yudhishthira. Arjuna was fighting on behalf of his elder brother Yudhishthira. Because Krishna and Arjuna were on the side of Yudhishthira, Yudhishthira's victory was certain. The battle was to decide who would rule the world, and Sanjaya predicted that the power would be transferred to Yudhishthira. It is also predicted that Yudhishthira, after gaining victory in his battle, would flourish more and more, because not only was he righteous and pious, but he was also a strict moralist. He never spoke a lie during his life. There are many less intelligent persons who take Bhagavad Gita to be a discussion of topics between two friends on a battlefield. But such a book cannot be scripture. Some may protests that Krishna incited Arjuna to fight, which is immoral, but the reality of the situation is clearly stated. Bhagavad Gita is the supreme instruction in morality. The supreme instruction of morality is stated in the 9th chapter in the 34th verse. Man manava mad bhakto mad yajimam namaskuru. One must become a devotee of Krishna, and the essence of all religion is to surrender unto Krishna. Sarva dharman parityajya mamekam sharanam vraja. The instructions of Bhagavad Gita constitute the supreme process of religion and of morality. All other processes may be purifying and may lead to this process, but the last instruction of the Gita is the last word in all morality and religion. Surrender unto Krishna. This is the verdict of the 18th chapter. From Bhagavad Gita, we can understand that to realize oneself by philosophical speculation and by meditation is one process, but to fully surrender unto Krishna is the highest perfection. This is the essence of the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, the path of regulative principles according to the orders of social life and, and according to different courses of religion may be confidential path of knowledge. But although the rituals of religion are confidential, meditation and cultivation of knowledge are still more confidential. And surrender unto Krishna is in devotional service, in full Krishna consciousness, is the most confidential instruction. That is the essence of the 18th chapter. Another feature of Bhagavad Gita is that the actual truth is that the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna, is that the actual truth is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. The absolute truth is realized in three features: impersonal Brahman, localized Paramatma, and ultimately the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. Perfect knowledge of the absolute truth means perfect knowledge of Krishna. If one understands Krishna, then all the departments of knowledge are part and parcel of that understanding. Krishna is transcendental, for he is always situated in his eternal internal potency. The living entities are manifested in his energy and are divided into two classes: eternally conditioned and eternally liberated. For such living entities are innumerable, and they are considered fundamental parts of Krishna. Material energy is manifested into 24 divisions. The creation is affected by eternal time, and it is created and dissolved by external energy. This manifestation of the cosmic world repeatedly becomes visible and invisible. In Bhagavad Gita, 5 principal subject matters have been discussed: the Supreme Personality of Godhead, material nature, the living entities, eternal time, and all kinds of activities. All is independent. All is dependent on the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Krishna. All conceptions of the absolute truth, impersonal Brahman, localized Paramatma, and any other transcendental conception exist within the category of the understanding of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Although superficially, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the living entity, material nature, and time appear to be different, nothing is different from the Supreme. But the Supreme is always different from everything. Lord Chaitanya's philosophy is that of inconceivably oneness and difference. This system of philosophy constitutes perfect knowledge of the absolute truth. The living entity in his original position is pure spirit. He is just like an atomic particle of the Supreme Spirit. Thus, Lord Krishna may be compared to the sun and the living entities to sunshine. Because the living entities are the marginal energy of Krishna, they have a tendency to be in contact either with the material energy or with the spiritual energy. In other words, the living entity is situated between the two energies of the Lord. And because he belongs to the superior energy of the Lord, he has a particle of independence. By proper use of that independence, he comes under the direct order of Krishna. Thus he attains his normal position in the pleasure-giving potency. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purports to the 18th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavad Gita. In the matter of its conclusion, the perfection of renunciation, Srimad Bhagavad Gita ki Jai. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Congratulations. In the month of Kartika Mas, in this life, we have finished Bhagavad Gita, right? But we have not finished Bhagavad Gita. We have attempted to understand Bhagavad Gita, and our entire life is whatever is left is to follow the instructions that we have heard in Bhagavad Gita and to understand this Bhagavad Gita again and again and again. Because Sanjay wants to hear it again and again.
Thank you, Lilananda.
So, Hare Krishna. Thank you very much to all elderly people here. I need your blessings. And all other devotees, please pray for me and I'll pray for you. You prayed for each other, holding each other's hands. Very important. Very, very important. That we always remain humble. Trinadapi sunichena, tarorapi sahishnuna, amananiya maradena, kirtane sada. Finishing Bhagavad Gita should not make us more proud. It should make us more humble. When you look at other people outside who have never read Bhagavad Gita or did not understand Bhagavad Gita, you should feel merciful, compassionate towards them. And you should feel fortunate that I am worse than them. I am worse than them, but I am so fortunate that Krishna pulled me into satsang and I heard something. So next week, we'll take reflections from each one of you of what you felt by finishing Bhagavad Gita. I want to hear. And we will discuss in summary 18 chapters. 1 minute, 2 minutes for each chapter. What exactly? How was the flow? And then we'll take reflections from everyone. And that concludes our Bhagavad Gita in Kartika Mas. And after that, there will be a long gap. I'll be on and off. I'm going on some yatras. I'll come back. Then I'll again go. So somewhere in December again will be, mid of November will be one more session. And in December there will be 3 more sessions. We'll finish Shishtastakam prayers. 8 instructions of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which summarizes all the 18 chapters. Right? It's called Shishtastakam prayers. I'll get a printout for all of you. You can read and learn those Shishtastakam prayers. Even if you don't remember 700 verses of Bhagavad Gita, if you remember those 8 prayers, that's enough. That's conclusion of Bhagavad Gita. So you can learn those prayers. And in January, we'll start the new batch again, starting from Science of Self-Realization, all the way going into Bhagavad Gita again. And whoever are buying Bhagavatam or has Bhagavatam can start reading Bhagavatam. On your own, you can start reading. There is verses, there is verses. If you want to join classes online of Bhagavatam, please approach me in Telugu. You can join. Right? It will not be me, but there are wonderful devotees better than me who can explain in a very nice way. So you can always join those classes. I can guide you. Right? So thank you very much. Hari Bol. Let's pray to Lord Nrsimhadev intensely that Lord Nrsimhadev protects our devotion. He protects our attempt to learn about Krishna. Right? We have to feel very surrendered when we are in front of Nrsimhadev, because he is Vatsala. Who is Prahlad here? We are all Prahlads only, or wanting to be like Prahlad rather. So let us pray that Nrsimhadev protects us in this material world with so many diversions. There are weapons of mass distractions everywhere, mass distractions, right? And somehow we have to be attentive to our goal of life, and Nrsimhadev has to protect us. Right? Prabhu has got another friend also with him. What is your name? Akshaya. Akshaya. Hari Bol.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Namaste Narasimhaya.
Narasimhavadin Sharanam Prapade.
नरसिंह भगवान की भक्ति शिरोमणि प्रहलाद महाराज की 18 चैप्टर फिनिश होने की लीलानंदा प्रभु जी की विदायकार प्रेमानंदे
हरे कृष्णा। यहाँ बैठे प्रभु एंड माता जी की हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा। So प्रभु जी, it gives me utmost pleasure that you all allowed me to serve you. Really, I'm very, very grateful. I'm speechless to tell how much tolerantly you all facilitated this. I'm also grateful to the community which gave this space, this very space. I can tell you one thing, there is no more better holy place than this very stage. So this is the place Bhagavad Gita was recited in detail, discussed in detail for the last 2 years. Right? This is a very holy place, wherever it happened. Right? And there is nothing greater than this that any one of us has achieved in our lives. You take this for granted. Whatever anything else that you have in your life, wealth, health, anything, nothing is compared to Bhagavad Gita. Nothing is compared to the message of God that finally God has conveyed to you in this life. Now take it from here, right? And take it strongly. And you know, sometimes when you have the most precious thing with you, you just can't keep it with you. You have to give it to others. That's our nature. Start giving it to others. Encourage many others to come so that they also can get the benefit of what you've got. And some of you, if you have not started from the beginning, you can again start from the beginning. And some of you have started from the beginning, can again start again from the beginning. But some change has to be seen, you know, by how you come. Please come in nice dhoti kurta, nice saris, you know, nice, you know, Indian attire, right? Wearing a tilak, start wearing tilak. Take your tilak. Tell Krishna that Krishna, finish Bhagavad Gita. Now I want to surrender to you. I want to give some indications that I am surrendering onto you. Go hell with the whole world. I don't care what anybody thinks. I am your devotee. Your feet is on my head. Your feet is on my head. This is feet of Krishna. And this is Tulasi. Your devotee is on my nose. So I am yours. Right? Start making small changes in your lifestyle. As we go into the next SSR batch again, and again I'm going to repeat what are the ways in which you can elevate your consciousness. Nobody becomes suddenly, pure. It takes some time. Filtration process takes time. So it takes time. So let's go with that process. Let's encourage your friends, relatives, neighbors to come for the next batch. I'm going to publish it again in the community, my own Krishe. Whoever is fortunate will come. We'll do it in English only. But Telugu, I'll come back to you, Mataji. It takes a little time for me to plan. I was being asked that I should do it in the center, but I told no, I want to do here. I want to do it again here. because this is our house. We stay here. And let me know. Anyway, Sunday evenings I do in the center. Right? Today also there is a session in the center. So please come. And this is Kartika Mas. You can always, recite Damodar Ashtak prayers. Prabhu, can you send in the group to everybody Damodar Ashtak prayers? Yeah. And also send an audio that they can play. Huh? And you can offer a ghee lamp, nice ghee lamp to Sri Radha Damodar. I'll tell about the Damodar pastime next week. Half an hour I'll tell. And then we will conclude on Bhagavad Gita and everybody's reflections also. If you are okay, I'll also record your reflections. Just so that you also remember what you told after reading Bhagavad Gita at some time later. Right? And you can also encourage some others. How it changed your life. Come prepared with a 2 to 3 minutes reflection. What you want to tell. You can write it and come, or you can just tell spontaneously. Come, everybody prepared. We'll have a nice feast prasadam next week. More varieties, not just 3 or 4. We are celebrating the completion of Bhagavad Gita. Srimad Bhagavad Gita Granth ki Jai Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Shri Brahma Madhva Gauda Guru Parampara Sampradaya ki all assembled Vaishnavas ki Nitai Gaur Hari Premanande Hari Gaur. And if I made any mistake, spoke anything wrongly, please forgive me like you forgive your servant in the house. Hare Krishna. Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Mahesh Prabhu, happy? Prabhu ji happy?
Happy.
Jai. आप लोग happy तो कृष्णा happy. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Please take Krishna.